All right, today we get to talk about polygons in the coordinate plane. Remember, a polygon is just a shape that has at least 3 sides, 3 straight sides, okay? And you should also remember that we have talked about coordinate plane as we have talked about the coordinate system. Remember, the coordinate system has x and y's, it has the origin, ordered pairs, all that should sound very familiar to you. And if it doesn't, you should go refer to your coordinate system notes that you did at the beginning of the year. Okay, so the only difference between the coordinate system and the coordinate plane is that a plane in geometry is any flat surface that is two-dimensional and it contains an x-axis and a y-axis. So like this piece of paper right here that I'm picking up, this has an x-axis and a y-axis. This is a plane. It extends in every direction as far as you can see. The desks, tables, right, the top of them, that's a plane. It has an x and a y-axis. It extends forever. It's flat in 2D. Okay, so that's what a plane is. That's what I'm talking about in the coordinate plane. So, we've done a symbolic a lot. Okay, we're just going to plot a shape, find the perimeter and area of it. It should be very familiar to you. So, step number 1 is going to be plot and label the vertices. Okay, so let's do that. Number 1, I've got 1, 2. So J is go over 1 and up 2. Remember, the first point is x, the second is y. We go over for the x-axis and up and down for the y-axis. So not just plot the point, but also label. So that's going to be J. So I'm going to label that out here. Now, vertices, I forgot to bring up that vocabulary word. A vertice, or a vertex, is a corner. Okay, so if I have this triangle right here, it's each place that 2 lines meet. I'm actually going to add that to my definition. Where 2 lines meet to form a point, that's called a vertex. If you just have one, it's a vertex. If you have more than one, it's vertices. So this is just the plural form of vertex, okay? So step 1, we did it. Plot and label the vertices. There's 1. Now I've got K, which is 7, 2. So start at the origin, go over 7 and up 2, plot and label. That is K. Okay, for L, I've got 7, 8, over 7, up 8. That is L, plot and label. And the last one, 1, 8, over 1, up 8, plot it and label that M. Okay, step number 2 is connect the points to form a polygon. So I'm just going to make a shape out of these by connecting the dots, the vertices, and it looks like a square. Let's check that out and see. So if I'm finding the perimeter, remember a perimeter is the distance around the outside. So it's this side added to this one and this one. So this is just a straight line. This is not going to be squared, it's just going to be units. So I have from 1 to 7. So what's the range of 7 minus 1? That's 6. I also could count that if I wasn't sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then on this one I've got the range from 8 to 2. 8 minus 2 is also 6. So we do have a perfect square here. So remember, the formula for perimeter is when you just add up all the sides. So you're going to have 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, which you can use multiplication to figure that out. If you have 4 6s, that means you have 24. And remember, this is just units because it's just a length. Okay? All right, then we've got the area. Remember, the area for a square is side squared. Okay, my side is 6, so I'm going to square 6. 6 times 6, that equals 36, and that's going to be units squared. All All right, so easy enough. Like I said, we do this about work every week. You should be pros. Okay, number 2, I've got 4 points again, so it's probably going to be either a rectangle or square, some type of quadrilateral. I guess it could be a trapezoid, so that would be cool. Let's see. I'm going to switch and do purple. Okay, my first point, 0, 4. So I don't move on the x-axis. Then I go up 4 on the y. I'm going to label that one G. Next is H. That's 0, 6. And that's going to be H. The third one is J. Over 9, up 6. And then I've got K at 9, 4. And you should know where that one is, just because you know where the last one goes to make the shape. This looks like it's going to be a rectangle, so go ahead and connect those to form a polygon. And now let's find the perimeter. I've got from 0 to 9, so that's obviously 9 across, and then I've got 1, 2 on the side. Okay, so for perimeter, it would be 9 plus 9 plus 2 plus 2, each side. 9 plus 2 plus 9 plus 2. 9 plus 9 is 18, 18 plus 4, that's 22. You also could have done 9 plus 2 is 11, and 11 times 2 is 22. Either way is fine. But remember, this is just units. Alright, area equals length times width for a rectangle. My length is 9, my width is 2. 9 times 2 is 18 units squared. Okay, you're going to do these pause and tries on your own. I hope one of them is a trapezoid, because that will be good practice to see if you can remember the formula for a trapezoid. Go ahead and give those a shot. We'll check them in class.